I am not a drone pilot. I've flown drones a handful of times over my career, and I don't think I've flown one since 2023 when Insta360 launched the Sphere, which was like a backpack 360 camera that went on the DJI Air 2S. And yet from the very first time I put these goggles on, I felt instantly comfortable. I'm not a drone pilot, but right away I was like, I know what I'm doing. This is fine. I already feel confident trying to like dive through things, which is not good. No, not good. I was confidently flying around, not worrying about smashing into things. I wasn't worried about which dial does yaw, pitch, rotation, or anything like that. It was point and fly and get excited about what video you're gonna get on the other side. I definitely wouldn't have been able to fly through those trees on a regular drone. Like, I am not nearly a good enough drone pilot to do any of the things I just did. This is the AntiGravity A1, and it doesn't just change how you fly, it changes who gets to fly.
Where? Oh, there you are. Whoa.
All right.
You see me?
Super cool.
That's beautiful.
This video is sponsored by AntiGravity, and if you don't know who they are, well, I don't blame you. This is their first product ever. They're an all-new brand incubated by some of the minds over at Insta360 as well as some others. And their goal is to open up the flying experience to make it more accessible, to make it more intuitive, to make capturing interesting aerial content easier than ever. And so today, this is a very special first look at an early prototype of what will be launched in the future from AntiGravity. So do not expect the image quality in this video to be representative of the final product. It's not that at all. We couldn't touch sharpness, exposure settings, resolution, all of that I experienced here is not what will be on the final product. And so when you're looking at the footage in this video, take it with a grain of salt, because that is not what this video is about. This video is ultimately about the experience of flying the A1 drone, and then what I think it means to take 360 video and put it in the sky. One of the coolest things about 360 cameras is this idea of shoot now, frame later. And this isn't just about getting the perfect composition in post, but it does do that. This is more so about the many different creative opportunities that open up to you when you shoot in 360. So let me show you what I mean. This right here is one single shot. It's about 10 or 15 seconds long of me flying in a straight line. And I want to show you just how many different types of shots you can put together from that one take. This could be a bird's eye view shot looking down. It could be pushing in or pulling backwards. This shot can look up and examine the architecture. You could focus on the birds that are flying by or the runners down beneath. There's infinite possibilities because the camera is capturing absolutely everything all at once. This is a completely new product category. The closest thing we've seen to this is the Insta360 Sphere that came out a couple of years ago, but that camera was built around the X2, so obviously this is a few generations newer, and it required you to already own the DJI Air 2S. So somehow they've taken the benefits of FPV video, of FPV 360, and the benefits of a stable flying drone like the Air 2S and combined it all into a sub 250 gram package. And what that means is you don't need a license to fly this drone in most regions. What I love so much about shooting in this way, whether a 360 camera on a stick or now especially a drone in the air, is that it lightens the mental load when it comes to filmmaking. So you don't have to simultaneously worry about the positioning of the camera and the movement that it's creating while also trying to nail down the pan and tilt of the shot. You're able to just deal with where the drone is in 3D space and then get your creativity going in post. Oh no! It's so hot. This summer has been relentless here in Canada. Right off the bat, the thing that struck me the most was just how intuitive it was to fly. It's as simple as point in the direction you want to go and it goes there. But it gets better than that because while it's going there, you can look around anywhere you want and it doesn't change the flight direction. The only thing that's going to affect where the drone is going is where you're pointing that remote. The idea behind the front-facing display here is that you could have other people seeing what you're getting. I guess it's kind of like a tiny director's monitor. It is a little bit bizarre because then you're just gonna be standing, just staring right at someone's face. Oh, there I am again. Back in 2020 when we all got stuck indoors, Christoph and I got these VR headsets and we started playing this game called Walkabout Mini Putt. Fantastic mini putt game. I highly recommend. Love that game. There's a feature in that game where you can take your putter, which is really just a VR controller, not unlike what you get with the A1 drone, point it to the sky, and you can fly around and explore the levels. And flying in that game is really quite similar to what it feels like to fly the A1. You point it where you want to go, and then you just get to look around. And since my kids have had this experience before flying around in Walkabout Mini Golf, I thought, I bet they could probably fly the drone. So I took them to try flying the drone.
Hi. You're right in front of me. Might be dangerous.
The good news is that I was right. They both had a great time. They were able to fly intuitively, easily, in their very first time. And neither of them have ever flown any drones, anything like this.
To infinity and beyond.
So to see them both enjoying the experience of flying around in the real world and getting to see what it looks like, very cool. Very cool. How was that?
Crazy.
Yeah, what did it feel like?
It actually felt like I was flying.
I should also mention that Zach has played VR a couple of times, but he doesn't like it because every time he plays, he gets really nauseous.
As someone who has maybe never flown a drone, here it goes, but I'll need some kind of guidance.
If you hold the trigger, it'll go wherever your white dot is pointing.
That is sick.
He flew the drone a handful of times and never once had that same experience. So that was quite a relief for him to realize, like, oh, if I were to film on a project with you, I could just slap this on, get the shot we need, and not feel sick afterwards. So that's good. I asked my mom if she wanted to fly the drone, and she wasn't terribly interested, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna fly it up for her, stop it in the air, and then just let her look around. And as soon as she put it on, she was like, wow, super cool. Take a picture, take a picture. She's framing up some photos. She kept asking me to take pictures, and I had to be like, Mom, these are all the same picture. It's one 360-degree picture. We can reframe it later. But I digress. I think the A1 drone fits two primary categories of people. The first is camera dorks like me, people that really like 360 video, that like trying to get new shots that they've never been able to get before. And for this, the A1 is perfect because it offers something that no other drone can. See, it can simulate the kinds of shots you get with FPV, but it has the benefits of the stability and the ease of flight of a regular drone. And what I mean by that is, if you let go of the controls, it's just gonna hover, it's gonna stay where it is. But it also does more than an FPV drone, because you can get some of those twirling, spinning shots at slow speeds. It doesn't require the momentum and inertia of the drone in order to pull them off. And then finally, because it's 360, the focal length you choose in post. So you're able to get insanely wide drone shots, which is something that you just can't do with other drones. And I like wide angle footage. I think it's cool. The second type of person that I had mentioned is someone who just wants to know what it feels like to fly. They want the joy of flight, not necessarily trying to create, you know, viral Instagram hits. I can imagine people buying this drone not just for the video and photo capabilities, but for the experience of being able to look around in places you've never been able to look around. I could imagine flying over to some mountain peak that's not hikeable and just seeing what the sights are like from over there. So you don't need to be some technical pilot, you can just be curious. I think it's really fascinating, and I'm really excited to see what they do in the final product. I can't wait to get my hands on the finalized image quality to see what that looks like. When that happens, I will let you know. I will make a follow-up video. We can walk through the final specs, image quality that you can expect, and features of the official finalized A1 drone. Oh, I've got back sweat going down my back because that's where it goes. All right, I think that's about it. If you have any specific questions about the drone, hopefully I can try and address those in a future video once I have my hands on a more complete model that, you know, has the proper cameras and lenses and all that kind of stuff. Thank you for watching. Let's go, Bills.